I had never been reached out about the sticker. I had no information on it. The only person I asked about it was my supervisor.
Oh, hold on. I thought you said you had to talk with HR about the sticker. Right. I get the contact. You made a specific statement about a threat to your state. And so I'm trying to figure out what you mean by it.
When he had followed me out into the parking lot, when I had to not talk to me anymore. And then he had followed me out, and I wanted to be.
Right. But I guess the way that it was said, I just want to make sure I have context to it. Was there a fear on your part that he was going to do something?
Yes.
What?
I don't know. I was fearful for my safety. I didn't know if he would do anything. I didn't know if he.
Had there been anything in the past that would be indicative of him where one might perceive that there's a threat, that he had done something in the past that, no? It was just your belief that he was going to do something? Okay, go ahead.
For some additional context, when you're out in the parking lot going to your ambulance, what time of day is it?
It was at nighttime. It was around 11-ish at night.
Was there anyone else around at the time?
Outside, Angel had done it in the parking lot. I don't know if she did anything. I don't know what she specifically witnessed, but I know that she was out in the parking lot, in our separate parking lot.
Okay. When you were walking to your ambulance, were you walking with like a partner or were you on your own?
So.
Going back to the coffee that you referenced, I believe you said that you found some coffee in your locker. Do you remember that testimony correctly? Did you ever photograph that coffee?
I believe I did, and I believe I have that picture.
Defense counsel Marcus Peoples proposed exhibit 2. May I approach the witness?
Right.
I don't object to it.
All right, exhibit 2 is admitted.
I'm still going to hand you what's Marcus his Peoples.
What's in that picture?
The coffee card I left in my locker with the note.
And I have an extra copy. May I publish to the court?
You may.
How did it make you feel that call?
It made me feel honestly diminished at that point. I felt very I don't overwhelmed with the situation.
Was that, do you know, let me see if I can phrase this question here. How often do you go into your locker at work?
Every time however, at least once a day.
Do you know when that coffee was placed in your locker?
It would have probably been around around 5:24 on the 11th.
And do you know who put that coffee in your locker? How do you know that?
He sent a message to me and said that there was coffee in my locker.
With a woman named Julia in the resupply room. You ever reach out to your supervisor?
Yes. Okay, go on.
You ever reach out to your supervisor about anything that happened between you?
That day, yes.
And who is your supervisor? What did you tell your supervisor?
I had explained to him that work was in resupply and he was not leaving me alone. I was unsure what to do because I was scared.
Showing defense counsel with Marcus Peoples proposing exhibit 3.
No objection to it.
Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Can I approach the witness?
You may.
And I have an extra copy for the court as well.
Yeah.
And just for clarity, what is this document I put in front of you?
This is the conversation between my supervisor and I.
And when are your text messages the one in blue again?
Yes.
When you say I'm in I believe at the top there it says, quote, I'm in resupply and Michael won't leave me alone. Is that referring to the February 11th incident? In here, you text, quote, I'm shaking and he won't leave me alone. Was that true? Were you shaking at the time? Why were you shaking?
I was nervous because I did not want to talk to him and he wouldn't leave me alone.
After the 11th, did you and the defendant have any contact?
Person, no.
What about over text?
Other than what was the well, he had contacted me and asked if I had this.
And then going back to People's Exhibit 1, the final page there, it looks like at the end you blocked the defendant. Is that true?
Yes.
Did you report this incident to police that day on the 11th? When did you report this incident? To the police, I should say.
I don't remember specifically what day it was, but I believe it was the day after I had gotten back from
Would looking at the police report refresh your recollection as to when you reported this? If I may approach the witness, Your Honor.
Right.
For the record, I'm just showing you the cover page of Pittsfield Township Police Report 26-931. If you can just take a look at this and let me know when you're done reading. That refresh your recollection?
Yes.
What day did you report this to police?
It'd be February 22nd.
So that would be 11 days after this incident occurred on the 11th. Why'd you wait so long to report it?
I was on a pre-planned vacation. And I I had informed my supervision and my work of this incident. Obviously that day I had told my supervisor, and since I was on my vacation, I wanted to see if he would stop contacting me, which he's not. And that's when it went further, and I put an HR complaint at our job. And
When was that?
I believe it was the 11th or the 12th, or no, but the 11th or the 12th that I had, when I told my supervisor about it, we had put in an HR complaint about the situation before I had left.
So at some point over this vacation, the defendant tried to reach out to you. When did that happen?
Well, I don't,
Sustained.
thank you.
That's not,
Understood.
rephrase.
What happened, if anything, between yourself and the defendant while you were on vacation?
He had contacted my friend that I was on vacation with.
How do you know the defendant contacted your friend while you were on vacation?
My friend had showed me the messages.
Do you remember what those messages were?
He was attempting to reach back out and make contact.
That, I wasn't gonna object to hearsay until I got an answer that isn't accurate. So object hearsay.
Sustained.
Did you ever reach out to the defendant while you were on vacation? Since the final text message,
Sorry, I just want to make sure I heard that.
Did you ever try to reach out to the defendant while they were on vacation? She said no.
Thank you.
since the message saying it's in your locker on February 12th on the last page of People's One, have you reached out or made contact with the defendant? Just 1 second, please, Your Honor.
Well, you do that. How long was your vacation?
He's
Starting on the 12th?
starting on the 14th.
Then I'm a bit confused. The testimony that I'm hearing was the contact that occurred on the 12th became I think the prosecutor asked you, why didn't you contact the police until, why did you wait until the 22nd to contact the police?
I had left on vacation and I honestly did not want to, I didn't want anything to do with the situation through all the contacts and the messages and everything. I obviously wanted to be left alone. And
Well, I'm hearing you. Yes, I get it. But your response to the prosecutor was you didn't contact the police until the 22nd because you left on vacation.
Yeah.
But so that we're clear, the last contact, at least that I'm hearing here, would have been in February 12th, which 2026, which is a Thursday. Then there's the 13th, which is a Friday afterwards. And then you said your vacation started on the 14th. And now at least I'm hearing that there's a different reason why you didn't, after the 12th, contact the police.
I just hadn't contacted them to like on vacation, and then I did not want, I wanted to be left alone. I had contacted them once I had a HR report in at work, once I had gotten back from my vacation. They asked me to put a police report in.
Who advised you?
Our HR coordinator.
I just want to try to get this timeline correct. On the 12th, you said there was contact with HR on the 12th. What then happened on the 13th?
I had left for vacation. So I contacted HR on the 12th about the incident. They did not reach back out to me until I had gotten back.
What day did your vacation start? The 13th or the 14th?
The-
Okay, so what happened on the 13th is what I'm trying to get at.
No,
So HR didn't reach back out to you.
I'm sorry.
You did not reach out to the police department. So nothing happened on the 13th. From the 14th through, you said it was 8 days, so the 14th through the 21st, I'm presuming. Was there contact from the defendant to you?
Not me.
In either direction. You didn't contact him, he didn't contact you. On the 22nd, prior to contacting the Pittsfield police, what happened that led that to occur?
To me to contact the police.
Yes.
I had spoken with HR and I had put in an HR report.
Didn't the maybe it's terminology. Didn't the HR report occur prior to?
Yes, so I put in a report on the 12th.
Okay.
They did not reach out until the 22nd, so they could get my statement. So they could go forward.
Go ahead.
I actually have no further questions. I'm going to ask the
Cross-examination.
Can I start sort of there at the end, ma'am, and then we'll go back to the beginning just to try to keep it somewhat. By the way, how would you like me to address you? Would you like me to call you by your first name, last name? Okay, thank you. And you can call me if you need to, Joe. Peyton, on the 22nd of the February, that's the day you met with HR and they said you should call police. Is that right? when you met with the police, you were asked, by the way, if you reviewed the exhibits. Did you review the video interview you had with the police before testifying by any chance? Okay, see if this refreshes your recollection. If it doesn't, maybe I can use it if you need it. You told the police, hey, I just met with HR. They told me to contact you. Is that true? And that's why you called the police.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and on that day, you met with them, and did you tell them specifically, the HR report has been done on their side, and they just wanted me to make an actual police report with all this personal stuff that's going on? Is that what you told them? You didn't tell them any other reason for contacting them, did you? All right. The other thing I want to ask you about at the end, you met with them, the police, on February 22nd, and the judge asked you about any further contact you may have had in either direction. I'm sorry, the mm-hms are yes or no. That's okay. We're not trying to pick on you. It's just the record needs to reflect what you're saying. That's too ambiguous. You called Mr. Clark that night, didn't you? About 10:30 at night?
I did not. What?
Your phone contacted his phone.
Calling for problem.
So if there is a record of a phone call that's incoming on his phone from your phone on February 22nd, you're saying, I don't know how that happened.
I had looked back in through my call logs and had not.
Well, that's interesting. Who asked you to do? Who asked you to do that? Go through your call logs.
I had heard from other people that he was saying that I reached out to him.
Did you hear specifically he told the police that you did that? Did you read the police report? Let me show you what's been marked as proposed exhibit 5.
5, is it your exhibit?
Yes, defense proposed.
To be
B. Thank you. It is now. Ma'am, that is not anything you can authenticate, as we say in the law, but having looked at that screenshot, 10:43 p.m., a call from your number. Is that your number?
Yes.
And do you admit making that call at 10:43 p.m. to Mr. Clark? Is it, did somebody else at your request? Did you live with Angel Lewis? And she's one of the people here today to testify. And did she make the call to your knowledge? All right, let me have that back if you don't mind. Then I'm gonna go backward and then forward again one last time, then I'll go in order, I promise. Going backward, you told the judge and you told Mr. Cook that you didn't contact my client during your vacation. Is that true? Didn't you specifically grab your friend's phone, say, hey, this is Peyton, and start communicating with him?
I did not start communicating with him. We had sent that message.
May I object to non-responsive? And
I'll sustain that, and I'll ask you to re-ask your question. Go ahead.
you had told Mr. Cook on direct examination, and you had told Judge Simpson that you did not communicate with my client on vacation. I ask you to repeat that just now as a predicate to the next question, and you confirmed that's true. So then the question was, isn't it true that you grabbed your friend's phone and texted Mr. Clark, this is Peyton, and texted him 2 text messages?
2 text messages, I do not remember. I do remember sending him one saying to stop contacting me.
So you actually did communicate with him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you, if you see if this is accurate, and if you need something to refresh your memory, I will be glad to help you. Isn't it true? Let me back up and set the stage for this. Did you become acquainted while you were dating with Mr. Clark with the mother of his children, Gwen? Did you become knowing who Gwen was? Just knowing who she was.
Yes, I knew who she was.
And Gwen started to contact you at the beginning of February, correct? And you have no idea how she even got your number, true? Oh, she reached out to you through other social platforms? Did you want that contact from her? Okay. Gwen had told you, hey, Michael's cheating on you, right? Yes. And that violated your trust, wouldn't you agree? Hurt you deeply. Then Gwen, fast forward to February when you're on vacation or maybe shortly before, she confessed to you that she lied to you. Isn't that true? And Mr. Clark had been maintaining that that was a big lie all the way. He was trying to tell you that she was lying. Isn't that true? And when you texted him from your vacation, you said, look, buddy, he said, I'm paraphrasing, I know. She already told me. And it still doesn't matter. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Words to that effect. Yes? Okay. Remember I said we'll go backward, forward, and then I'll go right to the beginning. Here's the forward. As this case was pending, you became an active participant in it. Would you agree? You wanted to keep informed? Yes? You talked about the lockers at work at HVA. This is not like a male-female locker room, is it? It's like a common area where employees can gather, right? The lockers, maybe they're capable of being locked, I don't know, but they're not locked, are they? And you have left gifts in Mr. Clark's locker, right? Let me show you something that might refresh your memory on that. Let's go to the day before your breakup. February 4. I'm going to show you, this is not marked as an exhibit yet, just something that might refresh your recollection. Just review that whole thing. And the only thing I really want you to focus on is the last page, but I'm trying to make sure the date stamps are all there. Okay, so the reason I handed you all of that, by the way, just for the record, those are screenshots of text messages between you and Mr. Clark, correct? You acknowledge that those are real exchanges between the two of you? They're dated February the 4th, 2026, is that right? And they end with you leaving a present in his locker, right? And you did leave. You said, just as you testified that Mr. Clark said coffee in your locker, you testified to him or texted to him on February 4th, present in your locker. Yes. And you left a present in his locker.
He was actually in the lunchroom and I had taken it after coffee and breakfast. And I had actually brought it into the lunchroom.
From his locker? That's where you left it for him to find. Okay. Speaking of the lockers, you knew which locker was his, obviously, right? In April of this year, back up. In your job, you have access to hazardous materials, right? Sometimes you have to handle them. And when you handle them, there's protocols you have to follow, I'm imagining. And one of those includes putting biohazard stickers on things. Would you agree? Yes. Biohazard stickers have fields of information. Would you agree? In April of this year, didn't you take Mr. Clark's name tag off his locker and replace it with a biohazard sticker? Did you witness someone do that? You had direct knowledge of who did that, didn't you, ma'am? You supplied the person who, do you know, it was, did you see it? You're aware of it?
Yes.
It had specific fields of information. Would you agree? Tell me if I'm right or wrong. It had the case number. You didn't supply the case number of this case to anyone? right down to the digit of what we call the case codes, the SM at the end. It had the next pretrial date, April 20th, 2026. Would you agree?
Yes.
So you know a lot about what's on that sticker, but we'll come back to that. And you didn't tell anyone at work what the next court date was?
Other than the witnesses?
Well, you didn't know who the witnesses were in April of 2026, did you?
I was witness. Actually, so what we had.
No, I'm talking about in putting the sticker on the,
I would not actively act.
who did you provide April 20th, 2026 to?
Other than the people that were here, nobody else.
What about,
That year when?
When we had the pre-trial, I had Angel was with me. Well, they knew when that date was because they were here.
so are you familiar with the nickname Tobis?
Yes.
Whose nickname is that? And on that sticker was the name Tobis. Would you agree?
Yes.
I've not shown you a picture of the sticker, but you've just verified everything that's on it. How did you become acquainted with it?
My supervisor asked me if I could knock his locker the next morning.
And what did you say? Speaking of that, by that time, shortly before, HR had concluded their investigation of what happened between you and Mr. Clark. Do you agree? HR determined, and this goes to your state of mind, that not even by a preponderance of evidence, that's the phrase they use, they say, we don't find harassment, correct?
Going to object. I understand why defense counsel says it's proper, but I still believe that that's hearsay.
So I'm asking what her understanding was toward her state of mind at that time.
I'm going to allow it as to her state if for only that purpose of state of mind. Go ahead.
You would receive that information, yes? From HR.
They had not phrased it like that. No.
They said there was no harassment. Would you agree?
They,
You weren't happy with their finding? Okay. And that was before their finding was before April the 8th of 2026?
yes, so.
Did you ever have a discussion?
Even to your state of mind, I'm sorry. You, what was their finding?
They never gave me like a final list of what they found. They had.
Well, but ma'am, you just said in answer to Mr. Simon's questions, you weren't happy with their conclusion.
They didn't. They never.
Okay, so what was their conclusion to your understanding?
That they weren't gonna do anything about the situation. They were just keeping us separate. They were putting us on different days. So I'm guessing from what I believe that they believe he must have done something because they switched both of our schedules around so we wouldn't make contact. And yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Simon. Sure.
Okay, let's now, one more thing, since she's here today. Angel's your roommate, you told us that, correct? Did you ever have a discussion with Angel about that sticker? I mean, even for purposes of how to answer HR, right? Like, you were going to be talked about it from HR, right? Did you ever say, Angel, are you the person who put that on there? I got to talk to HR. What'd she answer?
Objection, hearsay.
It's not for the communication, Your Honor, not for the substantive truth. I'll ask that of Angel.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow the answer. Go ahead.
You asked what again? I'm sorry.
What'd she tell you in response to that question?
Don't remember.
Earnestly, you don't remember, ma'am? Okay.
I know that anybody that I asked that had done it, that's not that it works. They had only something.
What day did you go into HR to talk about this sticker?
I had never been reached out about the sticker. I had no information on it. The only person I asked about it was my supervisor.
Oh, hold on. I thought you said you had to talk with HR about the sticker.
I talked to my supervisor about the sticker.
Did I mishear that?
I don't think you did, but now you've invited another thought of questions, so.
Right. Did you talk, so we're clear, did you talk with anybody from HR or HVA management about that sticker?
Yes,
Who did you talk to?
my supervisor, Dave.
What day did you talk to Dave?
It was been the day, like, placed on lock.
In this courtroom, the judge carefully listened to every detail before reaching a decision. The court showed patience, fairness, and respect for both sides, while ensuring that accountability remained at the center of justice. The judge's words reflected the importance of responsibility, self-control, and respect for others. Rather than acting on emotion, the court relied on facts, evidence, and the rule of law. This case serves as a reminder that justice is not only about punishment, but also about protecting victims, encouraging accountability, and maintaining public trust. The courtroom once again demonstrated why fairness and law matter in society.
He had came to ask me if I do not know what day it was placed.
But it was, correct me if I'm wrong, because it was the day after the pretrial date where the date set was April 20th. Is that right?
I don't know when it was placed on his locker.
Okay, but when you talk to your supervisor, it was before the 20th of April, right?
I honestly don't remember when it was.
Go ahead, Mr.
The judge's question invited another set of questions. I didn't mark this as an exhibit, but I am now. I'll bring it to you in a second. But I just need to make sure what the judge asked you at the beginning of that is that I heard it right. You said you never saw the sticker.
Correct.
So I'm now going to approach you what's been marked as defense proposed D as in dog. These are several pictures of the same thing. Can you take a look at that, please? When I ask you questions, you express personal knowledge of the following things. Let me make sure I get there. That the case number was placed on that sticker to the extent that it was the complete case number, including the case codes -SM. And you said you knew that, right? Yes? You see that on that picture there? Okay, we haven't moved to admit it yet because you say you've never seen it before. Did you ever see it since, by the way? Did you have to look at it? I said the date of the next pretrial of April the 20th, 2026 was on there. And that is what you're looking at. Would you agree? I also said that the exact date of the complaint that's alleged here of 2/11/26 is on there. That's on there, isn't it? Also, the nickname, it's Tobis, that's on there. Who provided you the personal knowledge of all those very specific things that was on? He said things like I just said, the case number down to the SM is on there. He said, who's Tobis? He didn't have any idea what Tobis was, did he?
Objection. Speculation. I don't know how she would know what.
He had no conversation with you about Tobis. Would you agree? He had no conversation.
Objection. Go ahead, Mr.
He had no reference point of what 4/20/26 was. Would he, or did he? He didn't ask you. Okay. And didn't tell you that was on there, did he? That's a no, ma'am. You shaking your.
Sorry. I believe he did tell me, he told me what was on the sticker. He did tell me that. He did not tell me how he knew what, or it was not on the locker thing.
Let's go to the beginning now. I told you we'd eventually, oh, sorry, Your Honor.
Sorry. So your supervisor calls you in to question you about a sticker. And doesn't show you the sticker?
They had already taken it off of his locker.
Okay, I get that. But you're brought in, questioned about this. And nobody shows you anything?
No, I had knew about it from the other people that were there the night previously.
Supervisor's asking you about the sticker. They're asking you, do you know anything about it?
Yes.
They don't show you the sticker.
He had explained what was on it and what was placed on the locker.
And you're meeting with this person face to face. And they don't show you the sticker. Go ahead, Mr. Simon.
I said we'd jump back to the beginning. Let's jump back to the beginning. You told Mr. Cook on direct examination that you had a work friendship with Mr. Clark that blossomed into a romantic relationship. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you said that the actual dating part of the relationship was less than 1 month starting in January. Isn't it more accurate to say, ma'am, that you were involved romantically with him as early as late October, early November?
No. It was after November-ish.
Well, that's different than January. So let's start piecing that down. Wouldn't you agree with me that you guys actually started to become closer friends when you and Angel offered to him in September to crash at your place because of his commute to Hillsdale?
Correct.
You guys live in the Ypsi area, correct? And he started doing that right around September, yes?
Yeah.
And eventually what happened was he started to, you had come out of another relationship, right? And you were feeling vulnerable and sad, right?
Yes.
You turned to him for comfort.
Yes.
Isn't it true that sort of in that time frame, now October-ish, you said to him, "Listen, can you sleep with me in my space for cuddles, to cuddle me and comfort me?" Is that true? And then after a while, he started to exclusively stay in your room with you. Is that true?
For November, December time, yeah.
Okay, these when we talk about less than a month, and then we're talking about a span of 3 months, this is something that's important. So let's do our best, okay? Okay, hold on, please. I'm getting there. I'll let you answer, I promise. Just let me frame it. You told Mr. Cook that prior to testifying, you had reviewed the text messages between February 5th and February 12th. You remember that? Yes? And then I don't mean disrespect. How old are you, ma'am?
20.
Okay. In your generation, the primary form of communications is text messaging. Would you agree with that? Did you review your text from November, December before testifying? All right. Maybe I'll have some for you to review. Would you agree that romantically you spend Thanksgiving together? Romantically, in a romantic relationship. Would you agree that you spend Christmas time in a romantic relationship? Okay. Would you agree that
How does the relationship start in January?
So we had not officially gotten together. We were friends up until January. We had been romantic with each other, sexually, yes. But we had not been.
Yes, when?
So just so I can clarify that, yes, that last yes. Sexually, romantically in early November through February 5th. True or false?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sexually romantic. I use the words that from early November through January or February 5th, 2026. Yes? And I said November, which was November 2025. Okay. In fact, on December 19th, maybe as a thing of Christmas shopping, you were in a Barnes and Noble and saw a coworker. Is that right? Jojo? Do you remember telling Mr. Clark on a text message, hey, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. I just ran into somebody and he said, you're Clark's girlfriend, aren't you? And you responded, yes. And again, ma'am, I'm going to give you sort of a stack of things, but the stack isn't relevant. It's just to get the dates correctly. And I'm going to, sorry. Here's the.
I have just a second to look through these. This is the first time I'm seeing these though.
Ultra.
Are there a lot of them or?
So, Your Honor, in order to make sure the dates stay sequenced so you can't manipulate that, I've put a lot in there. There's only a very short of is the relevant part. I just put the string in there to show that the dates weren't manipulated.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take about 15-minute recess, come back at 1:45.
Thank you.
May step down me. Court's in recess.
And the sequestration order remains in effect.
Yes, sequestration remains in effect.
And we'll make sure they're not talking.